The countdown to summer is on. And nothing says summer like Thunderbird, The Voyage, Wildebeest, and Mammoth at Holiday World and Splash and Safari. All with free soft drinks, parking, and sunscreen. It's the ultimate summer vacation plan. Get it started with great discounts at holidayworld.com.
Hear that? It's the irresistible sound of Golden Corral's new Sizzlin' Fajitas. Enjoy new grilled sirloin steak fajitas with spicy southwestern shrimp or zesty chicken fajitas. All part of the endless dinner buffet and all for one low price. Only at Golden Corral.
It was 80 degrees, Derby Eve. My air went out and I was expecting a house full of guests. But I knew who to call.
Bryant Heating and Cooling.
3 hours later, my guests and I were cool.
At Bryant Heating and Cooling, your home comfort is our only mission. That's because our family's been in the heating and cooling business for over 75 years.
They're always here when I need them.
Because we know if you're calling on the weekend, something's wrong.
No overtime charges.
Call us anytime. We're here when you need us most.
Bernie takes on Bill as both campaign in Louisville for the Democratic vote.
Let me make, here in Louisville tonight, let me make a special announcement.
And we got to do this together. And you got to take down all these other barriers so everybody gets to go along for the ride.
The issues that hit home for Kentucky Democrats.
As Republicans in Indiana choose a nominee for the nation.
We are suspending our campaign.
Small hail, heavy rain, and even some gusty winds possible tomorrow. I'll let you know how that will impact the great steamboat race, plus let you know about the thunderstorm chances for Derby Day.
And the dangerous new trend among skateboarders dubbed the Freeway Challenge. Good evening and thanks for joining us, everyone, tonight. I'm David Scott.
And I'm Adrienne Flores. Indiana ends Ted Cruz's presidential dream. The Texas senator dropped out of the race tonight, clearing Donald Trump's path to the Republican nomination.
Together, we left it all on the field in Indiana. We gave it everything we've got. But the voters chose another path.
Now here's another look at the numbers from today's primary. Trump wins with 55% of the votes.
Meanwhile, here's the Democratic side with 53% of the vote. Senator Bernie Sanders beats Hillary Clinton, and you will find all the results at the bottom of your screen. Meanwhile, from one side of the river to the other, after a big rally in Louisville and after winning in Indiana, Sanders made an impromptu stop tonight in New Albany to thank voters.
WDRB's Josh Breslow tells us why the presidential candidate says his opponent is feeling the burn.
About an hour ago, there was a large crowd gathered here outside the New Albany Floyd County Public Library. This is where Bernie Sanders, fresh off of his victory in the primary, actually came out here and gave his victory speech. Take a listen.
We started this campaign way behind. Nobody, I think, would have dreamed that here at this particular point in May of 2016, not only would we be here, but we would be winning elections, but we are. So I sense a great deal of momentum. I sense some great victories coming. And I think that while the path is narrow, and I do not deny that for a moment, I think we can pull off one of the great political upsets in the history of the United States.
The public library was also one of several polling places here in Floyd County. I spoke to the Floyd County clerk who told me that voter turnout was way up this year as compared to the 2012 presidential primary, and that appeared to be the same situation all across Indiana. Live in New Albany, Josh Breslow, WDRB News.
All right, thank you, Josh. And we are following several other political races in the Hoosier State.
In the Indiana Republican U.S. Senate primary, Todd Young wins over Marlin Stutzman. Now, Young will face Democrat and former U.S. Representative Baron Hill in the November election.
In the U.S. House District 9 GOP race, Trey Hollingsworth wins with 34% of the vote. He beat out Indiana State Senator Aaron Houchin and State Attorney General Greg Zeller.
Hollingsworth will face Shelley Yoder, who had an overwhelming victory on the Democratic side with 99% of precincts reporting. The closest candidate has 12% of the vote to her 70%. Well, Kentucky's Democratic primaries 2 weeks from today, and neither candidate is wasting any time trying to get support in Louisville.
WDRB's Lawrence Smith shows us how Bernie Sanders transformed Waterfront Park into a campaign rally.
Bernie Sanders has almost no chance of winning the Democratic presidential nomination, but that did not keep thousands from coming here to Waterfront Park to feel the burn. They came to hear his anti-establishment, admittedly socialist message, and Bernie Sanders did not disappoint. Sanders hit all the hot-button issues, including tuition-free college, single-payer health care, immigration reform, and a $15 an hour minimum wage.
The issue of wealth and income inequality is the great moral issue of our time. It is the great economic issue of our time. It is the great political issue of our time, and together we will address that issue.
I think his message is resonating because he's reaching out to a lot of disenfranchised people, either for voters or economically disenfranchised, who really want a voice. And I think they see Bernie Sanders as that voice.
What we need and what this campaign is about is a political revolution.
But Sanders did not have Louisville all to himself. Former President Bill Clinton was also in town looking for votes for his wife. Stephan Johnson has that story.
President Bill Clinton was a little late to the rally here at the Kentucky Center for African American Heritage, but the crowd here did not seem to mind. The former president talked about Hillary Clinton's plan to raise middle-class incomes and continue work on health care reform.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Bill Clinton.
About 200 people attended the rally. The former president talked about everything from the economy to debt-free college graduation. Clinton says if elected, that and more will be addressed under his wife's administration.
The job of this election is to restore people to middle-class prosperity and to restore upward mobility so poor people can work their way into the middle class and hard-working people, if they choose, can work their way out of it. But going up, not down.
The former president also says that Mrs. Clinton wants to help small businesses here in Kentucky and across the country. In West Louisville, I'm Stephan Johnson, WDRB News.
And only 3 miles separated Bernie Sanders and Bill Clinton in Louisville today. WDRB's Carl Mann tonight shows us how the events impacted traffic. Carl.
Yeah, the Bernie Sanders rally took place here where we're live at Waterfront Park. You go down a couple of blocks, the Louisville Bats, they played a home game tonight. And then taking place was the Chow Wagon. That packed in a lot of hungry people into this area right off of Witherspoon. Several city blocks were forced to play host to all of those events tonight. So parking spaces were hard to come by. We saw a lot of people walking. Some told us they parked 2 or 3 miles. That's right, 2 or 3 miles away and pounded the pavement to the Sanders rally. If that didn't sound like the best option, well, there was this bike service that was busy getting people where they needed to go.
I'm probably going to be staying out past midnight if there are people who are partying and stuff like that. But I'll probably stay until the parking lots are empty and stuff.
Another factor that made traffic back up, the Big 4 Bridge was closed from 5 to 9 tonight. That was for the Sanders rally. It has reopened. Everything that we've seen since it reopened, traffic really has smoothed out, and everything in this area, a lot of congestion before, but definitely thinning out as the night goes on. Reporting live at Waterfront Park, I'm Carl Mann, WDRB News.
Today we started out with a little bit of sunshine, but we saw more clouds than anything else during the afternoon. And from those clouds, there was a spotty shower or a sprinkle. Not a ton of rain, but enough that we had some rain, a little sun, and a rainbow. Check out this epic picture that was sent in on the WDRB weather app. Not quite sure who did this, but you definitely need to make this your background on your computer or whatever, because this is amazing. So really cool shot. Anyone who has pictures, of course, always send them on the app so that way we can put them on air, and always give us your location and your name. A pair of 5s from downtown St. Matthews through West End, so kind of a cool, comfortable evening and night on the way. Some spots away from the city have dipped back down through the 40s. We're at 48 in Henryville, 49 in Lanesville. I think most locations will lose another 3 to 5 degrees before waking up first thing tomorrow. You can see on Stormview HD, skies are beginning to turn partly cloudy. That trend continues. We're going to keep in that 10% chance for a spotty shower or a sprinkle over the next couple of hours, but I think most of us don't see a drop. Temperatures cooling back down into the low 50s by first thing tomorrow morning, and I do think tomorrow there's a really solid opportunity for some rain, some gusty winds, and possibly even some small hail. We'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, sir. We've now learned a Navy SEAL killed in Iraq today was a former Indiana University student athlete.
31-year-old Charles Keating, who was from Arizona, ran across country for IU from 2004 to 2006. Initial reports say Keating died during a firefight in Mosul after terrorists broke through a checkpoint. Lindsay Reiser spoke with Keating's high school track coach about his life and why he joined the military.
The coach here at Arcadia High School says that he has seen many good men come and go from his program, but Charlie Keating left an impression on him, and he continued to talk to him throughout the years. Charlie's track coach tells us he was a joyful young man and a decorated athlete who was compelled to join the military to serve his country after the September 11th attacks. He says he was based in Coronado and was going to get married in November. Coach tells us after high school, Keating went to college for 2 years at Indiana University before joining the military. He says Charlie graduated in 2004 from Arcadia, but he kept in touch with him via Facebook.
He was a tremendous athlete, a tremendous person, joyful kid, fun to be around all the time. I'm devastated. I'm crushed. I'm really trying to hold myself together. I've known the parents, I've known the family. His brother's a Navy SEAL as well.
Coach says he wants to do some sort of tribute to Charlie tomorrow at the state track tournament.
Again, that was Lindsay Reiser reporting. Keating's track coach at IU issued a statement saying Charles Keating was a great kid and a privilege to coach.
A lawsuit filed by U of L students against Katina Powell is dismissed. A Louisville judge threw out a class action suit against Powell, claiming the sex scandal devalued their education. The plaintiff's attorney says they plan to appeal.
It's not unusual for a trial judge to not want to expand Kentucky law, allowing students to file a claim such as this. But it's also not unusual for this type of case to go to an appellate court and the decision be reversed.
The judge did not dismiss a second suit by women who say Powell wrongly identified them as prostitutes. Another judge gives the Jefferson County attorney 3 weeks to build his case in the fight to remove a Confederate monument near the U of L campus. A temporary restraining order yesterday stopped all removal work. Congressional candidate Everett Corley claimed the city broke local, state, and federal preservation laws. The judge pushed tomorrow's hearing back to May 25th. Surviving the Derby without losing your cool before you make it inside Churchill Downs.
Police spill their secrets next. Plus, woman's declared dead, yet she's still alive.
You know, I'm getting letters of condolences. My Discover credit card was canceled. My American Express, my Costco, I'm trying to get gas in the Costco line, and that was denied because they notify all these people.
The hoops she's having to jump through to reclaim her life.
And a mother drops her kids 4 stories out of a window. Wait till you hear what was waiting down below.
It's the Kia Store 500, where you can get up to $6,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for any trade towards the purchase of any new Kia in stock. Hit the streets in a new 2016 Kia Soul for $13,990, only at the Kia stores.
I grew up here, raised my kids here, work and worship here. I've spent my life here, fighting for conservative values. Now, a Tennessee millionaire just moved here to try to buy our seat in Congress. It's just not right. Trey Hollingsworth thinks Hoosiers aren't smart enough to see through his big money Washington campaign. But I trust conservatives to not let his millions buy their vote. I'm Erin Houchin. I'm pro-life, will repeal Obamacare, protect our Second Amendment rights. I'm a Hoosier and I approve this message.
Welcome to Toyota Time. Tons of awesome vehicles. Great deals for everyone. Thanks. Low APR financing. Woo. Here's your balloon.
Coffee.
Shoulder. Water. I have the best team. Oh, here I come.
Now, during Toyota Time, get 0% financing on many of your favorite new Toyotas. Or get a great low lease deal. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com.
Here you go. And here I go.
Toyota, let's go places.
Seasonal nasal allergies can really pack a punch. A pollen punch. Fight back. Ask for prescription Dymista. Dymista has the same active ingredient as Flonase to control inflammation, plus an antihistamine for relief in as little as 30 minutes for most people. Approved for nasal allergy sufferers 6 and older. Dymista can cause drowsiness. Do not drink alcohol or use medications that can cause drowsiness. Do not drive or do anything that requires you to be alert. Common side effects are changes in taste, nosebleeds, headache, and risk of infection. Why let pollen get the better of you? With commercial insurance, you may even pay less for Dymista than for Flonase. Go to Dymista.com to find out how. Get Dymista and fight back.
It's the Kia Store 500, where you can get up to $6,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for any trade towards the purchase of any new Kia in stock. Turn heads in a new 2016 Kia Sportage for only $18,990. Only at the Kia stores.
WDRB News and Norton Healthcare celebrate 10 years of partnership to provide real-time closed captioning to the over 276,000 deaf and hard of hearing people in our community. Between health and life, Norton Healthcare.
JCPS is cutting jobs to save $2.4 million. WDRB.com's Tony Kahns reports the unspecified number of positions are in the central office. Officials say the cuts will include layoffs and the elimination of unfilled positions. The Board of Education must first approve the proposed cuts. According to contractual agreements, JCPS has until May 15th to let teachers and other employees know their job status for the upcoming year. Being prepared, that's what police say, can make an otherwise stressful Oaks or Derby enjoyable.
Louisville Metro Police outlined their plan for security and traffic today. They urge people to keep track of their personal belongings, stay hydrated, and understand the effects alcohol has over a long day. And they also say doing a little homework goes a long way.
Understand where to park, understand how to get out of the event when it's over, and just plan your day accordingly. You don't have to be a resident expert just to take a look at the plans and understand where you're going.
So for possible road closures and parking spots not allowed over Derby weekend, go to WVRD.com, then click on the button.
College professors can now carry guns while teaching in Tennessee. The state's governor allowed the controversial firearms bill to become law without his signature. It allows faculty and staff with handgun carry permits to pack heat on public college campuses. Governor Bill Haslam says he disagrees with the bill for not allowing institutions to make their own decisions on security issues, but he says the law addresses concerns raised by administrators. Well, she's clearly alive, yet a California woman has to prove it. Elizabeth Graham says somehow the Social Security Administration is listing her as a dead person. She found out that getting off that list isn't easy.
I'm getting letters of condolences. My Discover credit card was canceled. My American Express, my Costco, I'm trying to get gas in the Costco line, and that was denied because they notify all these people.
Incredible. And Graham says she's had to fill out a lot of paperwork in hopes the government fixes its mistake.
A pair of motorcyclists bite the dust while trying to leave police in the dust. Watch, check this out. As they're doing tricks while driving down a Missouri highway, they zip past a patrol car. Well, the officer tries to pull them over, but the stunt riders instead gave them an exclusive performance. And after running the officer off the road, yeah, karma. That's what happened. The bikers crashed into each other. Neither, though, appeared to be hurt as they both jumped back on their feet. Yeah. A dramatic rescue. U.S. servicemen catch 3 children tossed from a burning building. Now, that was the only way out as a fire ripped through a South Korean apartment complex over the weekend. You can see through some of the dust. The kids ages 1, 3, and 4 were caught in blankets.
The lady just started dropping her babies down. I mean, at first she could tell she was scared. She didn't want to.
Children's mother also jumped out of the window. Thankfully, they all survived without even a scratch.
Oh, amazing. Wow. Looking like a little rain on the weekend?
There's a chance on there, but it's the timing that's going to be key with that because everyone's saying, okay, it falls on Saturday. Everyone's in panic mode like, Not for the Derby, please no.
Right.
But I think it's going to hold off until probably at night.
Okay.
So good news for all the posts of the Derby, and I don't think it's going to be a widespread event either, just some isolated showers and thunderstorms. Actually today, it was one of those days we began with some sunshine. The clouds sort of took over the skies. It wasn't the prettiest one. Definitely didn't feel like May with temperatures which were stuck in the 50s and the 60s. But it looks like tomorrow there's a better opportunity for some more widespread rain, perhaps even a rumble of thunder, some pea-sized hail, and some gusty winds. This upper level low up in Canada is going to just dive on down and bring with it some much colder air aloft. The freezing level is only about 5,000 feet off the ground. And that's why usually when thunderstorms grow really tall, you can produce hail, but they're not going to have to grow so tall in order to do that tomorrow. So no severe weather, but just something you might see if you have any travel plans, especially through the afternoon. With a lack of rain in the forecast Thursday, Friday into the weekend, look at what happens to the pollen count. Back into the moderate and insane category. So it does look like if you have plans heading to Oaks or Derby, you're going to want to pack the allergy medication and some of that sunblock. Here's a look at today's almanac. We closed the books on another day. Our high was 68 degrees, which is still about 6 degrees below the average of 74, but it can get hot this time of year, nowhere near the record of 93 set back in 1959. Looking outside right now, it's cool, comfortable. One of those nights you can turn off the AC, kind of open the window and let some fresh air come in. 55 your temperature in the city with a light westerly wind at 6 miles an hour. Cannot rule out a 10% chance for a brief little sprinkle or spotty shower for the next 3 to 4 hours or so. By first thing tomorrow, driving to work, kids off to school, it looks dry, but as early as 9, 10 o'clock, we get some showers to enter the picture, and the window, or at least the highest opportunity for rain, will occur around midday. By the afternoon, not as much widespread rain, but where we see these showers and storms develop, some heavy downpours, some gusty winds, and as I mentioned, perhaps a little bit of small hail. The front comes through. I think by 5, 6 o'clock, most of the showers and storms going away, which is good news for the Great Steamboat Race. However, I'd say just in case, always good to play it safe, not sorry, and plan on the chance for some showers. Now by Thursday, we hang on to the cloud cover, still a 30 to 40% chance for a few light showers lingering, but we kick out the clouds and showers just in time for Oaks and Derby. So for the Great Steamboat Race, notice there's a lowering chance of rain, but still up around a 30% opportunity. Dress for temperatures in the upper 50s to around 60. Now, if you have plans for the Pegasus Parade, whether you're walking in it or maybe you're just a spectator, the shower chance is there, but it's so slim. So mostly cloudy skies, cool temperatures with numbers in the 60s. The cool temperatures really going to get your attention by Thursday. But once we get rid of the clouds, numbers start to go in the right direction, and that's up. 71 degrees for Kentucky Oaks. For the Derby, 83 degrees, even warmer. Notice the rain chance doesn't occur during the event. We're going to hold it off until we get into Saturday night. A couple of thunderstorms possible. So if you're out late, maybe some of those Derby parties, I'd say the chance for a couple of storms is in the picture. 53 tonight, turning partly cloudy with that 10% chance for a sprinkle. Tomorrow, very similar when it comes to the temperature. 67 degrees with a solid 70% chance for some showers and thunderstorms. As we get into Thursday, we're looking at a high of 62. Friday, more in the way of sunshine, 71 degrees. We do climb into the 80s this weekend. I think that rain chance will hold off until Saturday night, last into early Sunday. So for Mother's Day, if you have any plans, maybe brunch in the morning, a couple isolated showers, but dry by the afternoon. That 7-day forecast is packed with events. There's so much going on.
And we just continue into the next week, too.
I know, never stops.
Nice stuff.
Yep.
Thank you. Well, a chance to make some history for Victor Espinoza.
He's already won 3 Kentucky Derbies. Now he's trying to become the first jockey to win 3 in a row.
Plus, remember when your mom said don't play in traffic? The dangerous new trend that's putting lives at risk. Next.
Think your mom will like this cool bag or this cute top or this jewelry box? Go to Ross. You'll save so much you could get her all 3. And just because she'll say,
You shouldn't have.
Of course you should. She's your mom.
Mother's Day at Ross.
Mr. Lover. Now Mr. Lover. She call me Mr. Bombastic, tell me fantastic. Touch me on me back, she says I'm Mr. Romantic. Call me fantastic, touch me on me back, she says
You live life your way.
Smooth.
We can help you retire your way too. Financial guidance while you're mastering life. From Chase, so you can.
Now take me thin no filled.
There are certain kinds of roads built for certain kinds of cars, sweeping you up in a moment of pure driving enjoyment. Just don't get too carried away. The Frost at 3.
There's a weekend vacation, a one-tank trip in a nearby city you won't want to skip. St. Louis is the stop for non-stop fun. So much fun for your family, infinity plus a ton. There's museums full of art and super fun slides, upside-down concretes, twisty-turny rides, houses full of magic, some with butterflies, gardens growing flowers, parks with giant eyes. St. Louis is the stop for non-stop fun.
Show us why you're the funnest family, and you could win a weekend of non-stop fun in St. Louis.
Meet Kyle. You name it. Dust, pollen,
And pet dander.
he's allergic to it.
Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service to be certified asthma and allergy friendly, eliminating an average of 94% of common household allergens like dust, pollen, and pet dander for a cleaner, healthier home.
Goodbye, Mr. Steamer.
Bye, Kyle.
Call now about our $33 per room carpet cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner. Looking for a new spring dress for the latest styles where you'll spend less. You got it.
This dress is $59 at department stores, but if you want to pay less than $25, you gotta go to Ross.
I've done so many things. Definitely changed for that I am not more busy right now than before. And I've been a lot of incredible places, and I met a lot of, amazing people, and can believe the time go by fast, and I'm back again.
Victor Espinoza back with a chance to do something that has never been done in the long history of the Kentucky Derby, become the first jockey to win the Roses in 3 consecutive years. Espinoza will be aboard a bit of a long shot in Whitmore, who finished 3rd the last time out in the Arkansas Derby. The first time he'll be aboard the gelding will be this Saturday, but he doesn't think that's a problem.
The only thing I want to know is if he has something they don't like him. If anything they don't like him, that's what I want to know. And other than that, it's pretty much the same as like if I was been riding him before. After so many years that I've been riding, so for me it's easy.
Have you learned of anything he doesn't like?
You know what? It seems like he likes everything. So it's a good thing. He's been running with a lot of horses in the race, big fields, and he has a lot of experience, so I'm confident for that.
The Bats have won 8 of 9 starting the night against Norfolk. Buddy Bat still winless in the Buddy Bat Derby. Hudson Overstreet getting it done. Bottom of the 4th, Steve Selski gets things started with a double to left, but he got stranded there. Louisville still trailed 2-0. 1 in, and the base is loaded for the Tide's Daniel Alvarez, and he unloads them with a drive to deep center. Runs 5, 6, and 7 come in. All Norfolk tonight. They out-hit the Bats 15-6 and win at 8-0. The Reds and Giants in Game 2 of their series. Great American, Butler High, and U of L product Adam Duvall takes Jeff Samardzija deep. Barely out as Cincinnati tied it at 1. John Lamb, just back from his rehab assignment in Louisville, gave up just 1 run in 6 innings, but the Giants won it 3-1. Game 1 of the NBA Eastern Conference semis. Toronto's Kyle Lowry forces overtime with a half-court heave that goes. Toronto going crazy, but Miami regrouped. They won it in overtime, 102-96 over the Raptors. So,
well, you just figure they're going to win. They're destined to win when something like that happens.
You would think.
So much for that. All right,
yeah.
Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.
This is just absolutely crazy. Turning crowded highways into skate parks. It's part of a new trend called the Freeway Challenge.
Yeah, take a look. A guy holding onto the back of a semi, turning the shoulder into a half pipe. Well, the trend became popular after professional skateboarder Mikel Smits recorded him rolling along the 110 freeway in Los Angeles. California Highway Patrol says risk takers could be cited, or even worse, if they're hit by a car. Now, some skateboarders say it's just not worth the risk.
Just some skateboarders say that.
Some.
Wow. You just can't believe what you're looking at. Although a lot of highways out there, the traffic moves about 10 miles an hour and it's not a danger at all. But
yeah, that's something Mike Marshall got to talk to you about him because he knows all about that.
That is nice. But you have some nice weather coming up.
Yeah, tomorrow's probably the one day over the next 7 that might not be the nicest. Lots of clouds, a few showers, and possibly some small hail in just a few spots. heading forward toward Derby and Oaks. That's when we really start to bring in the good stuff. Lots of sunshine and some warmer temperatures as well. 71 for Friday. For Kentucky Derby, 83. That rain chance that you see on there, don't get too nervous. Not until the nighttime.
So if my family wants to do something for Mother's Day,
you're good.
Good.
Thanks for joining us,
Thanks,
everybody.
guys.
Derby entertaining made simple, plus horse talk with experts from the Daily Racing Form and the New York Times.
And how the average person can become a horse owner.
Some nasty times for parts of our Wednesday. When to expect the gusty downpours. Tomorrow, 5 to 9.
Got it! Next live. From Captain America, Jeremy Renner.
Bullseye!
Plus, dancing's Carrie Ann Inaba.
Tomorrow at 9 on WDRB.
A season pass to Kentucky Kingdom is only $59.95. And with benefits like free parking and dollar drinks, a season pass pays for itself in just one visit. And enjoy the rest of the summer for free. Visit KentuckyKingdom.com or your local Kroger. Offer ends soon.
I grew up here, raised my kids here, work and worship here. I've spent my life here, fighting for conservative values. Now, a Tennessee millionaire just moved here to try to buy our seat in Congress. It's just not right. Trey Hollingsworth thinks Hoosiers aren't smart enough to see through his big money Washington campaign. But I trust conservatives to not let his millions buy their vote. I'm Erin Houchin. I'm pro-life, will repeal Obamacare, protect our Second Amendment rights. I'm a Hoosier and I approve this message.
America's most anticipated coaster. Storm Chaser, our 5th coaster, only at Kentucky Kingdom. Because all that really matters is the thrill.
I gotta tell you, the more I read about the primordial gravity wave discovery, the more excited I get.
I know, being an astrophysicist right now is like being a rock star. Only without the sex. Yeah, literally none of it.
What do you think about it, Sheldon?
Meh. Are you kidding me? This may be the biggest scientific breakthrough of our lifetime. How can you, as a theoretical physicist, not care about this?
Maybe it's because I'm not an elitist. You know, what I'd like to know is, how does this gravity wave breakthrough help the man on the street, you know? Who's looking out for Joe Sixpack and all his quantum physics concerns?
Oh my God, you're jealous.
Yeah, why would I be jealous?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because the origin of the universe just got proven. The Higgs field just got proven, and you've been working on